Shalom, giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Double honors unto the elders and apostles of Great Northern that will well, and Shalom to the 144,000 elect men of the nation of the Israel and the rest of the elect destined to be saved. I'm the Brother Caliph from the GMS England Line of Forecasters Camp, back with another lesson to help edify those of which I spoke of. I always start by saying that we are the real Hebrew Israelites, and the real Israelites are ye so-called Negroes, Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans, West Indians, and West Africans predominantly, but you will find Israelites that do look like the other nations, because we as a people have been scattered among all the nations to our various captivities. But if your seed line by your forefathers goes back to the man in the Bible that was named Israel, then you too are an Israelite, no matter what you may look like, because Numbers chapter 1 and verse 18 states that your nationality is determined by the lineage of your forefathers. So I was just reading this article here by the Independent News. It's published 1 hour ago. Bear me a second. Right, it says maggots found in hospital mortuary as full scale of National Health Service pest problem is revealed. One hospital found rat droppings in a body bag. So this place is fucked, man. I mean, I think the week before last we was talking about the terrible state of the water system here in the United Kingdom. The dreadful state of the water. We were talking about bodies taking longer to decompose and then contaminating soil. Now we've got maggots found in hospital mortuary as full scale of NHS pest problem is revealed. Let's get into it. So it says rats in maternity wards, wasps' nests in imaging areas, and ants coming through the ceiling are just some of the pest problems reported across the National Health Service over the last 3 years, according to new data. Cockroaches on wards, maggots in a mortuary, and rodents in a kitchen are other issues reported by hospitals in England. Yeah, this place is fucked, man. What is it Job 9? No, not Job 9:24. Bear me a second. The earth is defiled under the inhabitants thereof. This is a filthy place we're living in. It's Isaiah 24 and verse 5 I wanted. It says, the earth is also defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, and broken the everlasting covenant. Now, it's interesting that I'm talking about this topic, because I just popped out. I had to go to the supermarket a minute ago. But before I went out, I bathed. And, good hygiene is very important on all levels, especially in the truth. But, basic hygiene is a standard requirement. But it's always the case that if I bathe or shower before I go out, when I exit my front door, I'm immediately confronted by all of the pollution. And I'm very sensitive in the spirit, so I tend to feel it. Even just walking down the road, you walk past people, you pick up their spirits, or you get a vibe off them, and it just feels filthy. Now, that's not to say that I'm like some super clean person, because no, the scriptures say that all our righteousness is as filthy rags. And I was meditating upon this as I was walking down the road to the supermarket, because we're responsible for this too. I read Isaiah 24 and verse 5, the earth is defiled under the inhabitants thereof. We're responsible for that too. Us Israelites, even us in the truth, we're responsible for it too, because we're all guilty of sin. And when we sin, what does it do? It defiles the earth under us. And what is sin? Sin is transgression of the law. So when we transgress the law, we defile the earth. Which is why in the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom's going to be beautiful, because it's not going to be defiled. It's going to be pure, because all the Israelites inhabiting it are going to be without sin, without fault. So you can only imagine what the vibration of the kingdom of heaven is going to be like. And that when I speak of the kingdom of heaven, talking about New Jerusalem essentially, because that's the dwelling place where the Israelites will be. Obviously, we're going to have dominion over the earth, but the other nations are going to have their dwelling places, and obviously in their dwelling places, they're still going to go off. But really, the main tone of the earth is going to be set by the vibration of the Israelites. So you can only imagine how vibrant everything will be. I mean, the mind can't comprehend. because speaking of myself, I'm trying to imagine it in my mind. All I can comprehend is what I know, which is this filthy earth that I've grown up in and inhabited it, with this filthy body I dwell in. Yeah, I may wash, I may bathe, but I'm still guilty of transgressions of the law, you know, but it's still in these chains of darkness, so to speak. So it's just an interesting thought that I was thinking of, that we all have our part to play in the defilement of the earth. Obviously, we desire to be righteous, and we desire a kingdom wherein dwelleth righteousness, but the current state of the earth is in a pitiful case. And I came home, and this is the first article I read in the news. So yeah, man, it's this earth is fucked, man. I mean, there's no other way other than Yahushua to come back and burn this bitch with fire, man. When I say burn this bitch, burn this current kingdom, burn it with fire and cleanse it, because fire is a cleansing agent or a purifying agent. Let's read some more of this article. It's quite depressing, I must say. One hospital said black insects are biting the legs of staff, that the whole building has a fly infestation, and animal noises were coming from inside the walls. Oh my gosh. Sounds like something out of Resident Evil, man. Meanwhile, another hospital found rat droppings in a body bag, while another found dead... What? A dead headless pigeon? More than 18,000 pest problems were reported across the NHS hospitals in England over the last 3 years, according to data obtained under the Freedom of Information requests by the Liberal Democrats. And the bill for dealing with these problems was more than 3 million, the party found. But not all hospitals responded to the data requests, meaning that the scale of the problem could be much bigger. The party did report that one trust noted that 156 incidents of pests, when in fact there were probably weekly call-outs over the last 3 years. The Liberal Democrat leader, Ed Davies, said these are shocking revelations and another sign that our hospitals are no longer up to scratch for sick patients and hard-working staff. In people's hour of need, they need to be safe from bugs and rodents. You'd think that would be the most fundamental requirement of a hospital, to keep the place clean and sanitary. Instead, wards are falling apart at the seams, with foul pests allowed to roam freely. This is a national scandal, you're damn right. Conservative ministers must act now to bring forward emergency funds for crumbling and unhygienic hospitals. This Conservative government has left the NHS in decay, with soaring repair bills. This madness has to end. This is the time the NHS was put first, starting with making hospitals a safe and clean place again. A Department of Health and Social Care spokesman said individual NHS organisations are legally responsible for maintaining their estates, including pest control. Now, if this is going on in hospitals, imagine what's going on in schools and in prisons and other places, what do you call these government institution places? Patient safety is vital, and the government has invested significant sums to upgrade and modernise the NHS buildings, so staff have the facilities needed to provide world-class care for patients, including the 4.2 billion this financial year, and this is on top of the expected 20 billion for the new hospital programme. We have also invested a further 1.7 billion for over 70 hospital upgrades across England, alongside a range of nationally funded infrastructure improvements in mental health, urgent emergency care and diagnostic capacity. Yeah, so this is all just fluff talk. Basically, these hospitals, they're not going to be made any better. They're not. It's going to keep deteriorating and eroding, because this is another side of the Lord bringing this place to its knees. The NHS can't cope. This place is falling apart at the seams, and at the end of the day, as sickening as it is to hear, we just have to sit back and watch this world continue to fall apart, because the scripture says that if Satan be divided against Satan, how can his house stand? So everything that Esau's built is crumbling right before our eyes. And all we can do is hope to hasten it by continuing to preach and prophesy against this kingdom. So just read that scripture again. Was it Isaiah 24 and verse 5 again? The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinances, and broken the everlasting covenant. Therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. So the outcome of this is the next verse. It says, therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. That's the outcome. So Esau can throw as much money as he wants at this problem, but it's not going to solve it. The resolution will be when Yahushua comes back and burns this place with fire, and that's when we will have what Klaus Schwab likes to call the Great Reset. But it's not going to be the reset of Esau, it's going to be the reset of the kingdom of the Israelites. So with that, giving all praises, honor and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakodash, double honors unto the elders and apostles of great Muslim all well. Shalom to the 144,000 elect men of the nation of Israel, and the rest of the elect destined to be saved. And I'll catch you on the next lesson, Lord willing. Shalom for now.